been a most enjoyable 30th Street. Even though it rained, it was still fun. Nice to finish with a walkie. Nicely wicked. Right, that's me done, everyone. Thanks very much for joining today. Don't forget, either stay on here or you can head directly over to Dean. I think you're live now, aren't you, Dean? Yep, Dean is live now.
Just waiting for you to get out of my way.
So just waiting for me to get out of the way, which I will do in a second. I've been Ado, and I'm off. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys.
Caroline, howdy doody, Alpha Wolf, welcome. Thanks again for Ado for taking the first shift at Dublin. He got the wrong end of the sausage and got all the rain. So I should be with you here for the next couple of hours. Then I have to go home and make said chicken dinner while Ado eats his beef dinner. Freddie, welcome along. Anne, how you doing? Sandra, welcome along. Old man Withers using the ladder to get down off the pillar.
Absolutely.
So I've two mobile phones on the go, so I can monitor chat and flight radar at the same time.
Unless you get crafty. Trusty luck.
Sheila, hello again. So Buzz livery coming in from London Gatwick. That's 7 minutes out. I think that is our first aircraft of the stream. Sarah Jane. Yeah, I'm looking forward to my dinner later on. roast potatoes, roast chicken, stuffing. Not sure on the veg yet. So again, thanks for joining me here. Makes it all more special that we have a day off tomorrow as well, being a bank holiday weekend. Brian, good to see you. Again guys, please hit the like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Patricia, good to have you along. So forecast is for the rain to be clear until about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Now we shan't be here that long, but Nosh, welcome along. Could be noosh, could be nosh. You say potato, I say potato.
Nosh is what I'm going home to have.
Look at you. Rectu just sitting there. So as I said, we're just waiting for buzz operated by Ryanair 737 MAX 8. Just coming below 4,600 feet at the moment. So this is an extra bank holiday we got. They called it St. Bridget's Day. Our lovely government gave it to us after COVID. Thank you, Aidan. Or Adrian even. Don't know why I called you Aidan. I have called you worse though. So it looks like after buzz we have another Ryanair, another 737 MAX 8 coming in from Newcastle. Why aye, man? I must say I do like the buzz livery on the Ryanair. So I can see said Ryanair way off in the distance. Still up at over 3,000 feet at 163 knots. It's a 4-year-old aircraft. No, I don't think we've post Caroline on a bank holiday. Dave, howdy doody. Again, just waiting for our Ryanair. So it looks like we have a plethora of Ryanairs coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think it's 5 inbound Ryanairs on the bounce. Daryl's in his coffin.
It's a cosy bed.
Yeah. No, our bank holidays never tend to coincide with the UK. So, first aircraft of the stream. Please do let me know if the picture quality is too dark or too bright. I'm in manual mode, so I can adjust accordingly. Sandra says, "Oh, look, a plane." I know. Freddie says pictures.
That's not how it goes. It's, oh look!
Oh look,
plane.
plane. So the runway has dried out a bit. Earlier on Adrian's stream, the spray action was unbelievable. So, buzz in from Gatwick. This is our Ryanair in from Newcastle. So, as I said, we have about 5 inbound Ryanairs. Two for it. Just need to readjust the tripod now in a second. Looks like it's a little bit off. Super Ryanair Sunday, absolutely. Right, let's see if we can straighten this tripod. Should be it. So Ryanair in from Naples next. Super soggy Ryanair Sunday. Super soggy sausage. Ew, oh yeah.
Not good.
Not good. Nobody likes a soggy sausage.
Or a saggy one for that matter.
Or a saggy sausage.
Definitely a sausage.
Sandra's saying a bit more. So on my camera it's saying it's level. So this Ryanair is in from Naples. Next one is in from Turin. And then we have Ruby's Yellow Socks Vueling in from Barcelona. Blame Ado, Sandra. Saggy sausage.
Oh. You have pills for that then?
There is pills for that, Aidan, yes. I called you Aidan again. I'm going to rename you Aidan.
I'll answer to anything. Right.
Freddie says maybe there's a sausage under the tripod. A stumpy sausage. Nice for this road to be quiet. Usually there's cars flying up and down. Pardon the pun. So the Vueling coming in after this is a A320, 9 years old. And we got the wave. So I am working on a wave counter. I was testing it, but I need to be able to have it set that the mods can register the waves. I can do it manually, but that's a bit of a pain. So this is our Yellow Socks Vueling in from Barcelona. All this talk of sausages is actually making me hungry. Sorry, Vuelings after this. Oh yeah, blame Helen when she's not here. Apparently, Ado, Helen started the sausage debate.
A debate?
Yes.
It was a mass debate, was it?
Oh, you're hanging out with me too long, Ado. So, I said Helen started the sausage debate and he went the mass debate. Very good. Well, can we get a second wave? Yes, I think that's a wave. So 2 out of 2. Now, I do believe this is our Yellow Socks Vueling. You know me, Sandra, I don't read. If I'm not at it, it tends not to be read.
So, you just have to make sure we eat that sausage.
At sausage, yeah.
Every time now? Yeah, don't blame you. 200 messages.
About sausages as well.
Sausages. Right, I'm out of here.
Peace out, bro. Talk to you later.
Much.
8 away, everybody. You're more than welcome.
Ciao.
Ta-ra. So 8 away. Off home for his beef dinner. Must say I do like the livery of the Vueling. See if we can keep the wave going. Yeah, we got a wave 3 out of 3. I wonder what the pilots think of people standing here videoing them. So I must say, the hands are cold. I have ordered gloves from Amazon, ones with the touchscreen tips on them. Be interesting to see how well they work. I'm gonna back this off a little bit. There. So Ryanair from Liverpool next. And we have a KLM, not a Wookiee, 737 as opposed to a Embraer E2. Let's actually ask, there's a 2 Erlinga pilots I know who must ask them. So Freddie has a pair, reckons they work. I think I'm for the birds, David. Yeah, I know we get a good few of them in the summer, Brian. It's an aircraft haven't been on. I can hear a buzzard. I'll have you know, Freddie, I have lovely little girly hands. No finger stumps. Just before I started, there was a young chap here called Connor. Possibly a future streamer. I think his channel is called Above Dublin Clouds or something like that. I must see if I can find it. So Ryanair we get a wave? Yep, double wave. So our KLM next. I could do with the gloves today now, I must say. It's amazing how cold the hands get. So 737 of KLM coming in from Amsterdam. Looks like we have an Airbus 320 coming in from London Heathrow from British Airways. That's after the KLM. Very nicely done. Unmistakable blue of KLM. Reminds me of the dolphin emoji. Now KLM have been known to open the window and wave out it, so yeah, we got the wave. Double wave. So our BA flight just coming below 3,000 feet. To be turning onto finals now in the next minute. We're followed by a Ryanair Max 8 coming in from Lisbon. To keep the hands in the pocket. So definitely reduced activity today in the winter schedule. Whereas in the summer we get spoiled with 750 or 800 movements daily. Probably down to 400 or 500 in the winter schedule, give or take. So hopefully this cloud cover will go. We might be able to get a couple of overhead shots. So BA, and that's followed by a Ryanair from Lisbon and a Ryanair from Manchester. Drones and planes and flight who stream out of Manchester. Good guys, good content. Thanks for dropping by. see if we can digitally zoom on this. Footage tends to get very shaky. That is a long way out. Any little movement at all will you can see actually how far that is out. There's a twofer there just to the left of it. That's the second Ryanair. So it might be able to get a couple of outbounds as well if I do a little twinkle toe dance to maneuver around the tripod. So this is our British Airways A320 coming in from London Heathrow. So I'd be interested to see what the colour is like when I look back in this. I have a different picture profile setting on it. Change it to Vivid 2. Hopefully it makes the colours more vibrant, although this kind of a dull weather, it does tend to mess about with the colours. Safety down for BA. Guys, I meant to say to you as well, there is a Facebook page vlogging everything. Do feel free to join up. So all the aircraft coming down to us at Sierra 5. Will the waves continue? Let's wait and see. Yeah, we got the wave. So, Ryanair from Lisbon. So, I fly out to Porto next Saturday, Johnny Coffee. So, I shall have the GoPro with me and video the journey, so look out for that. Shall be flying on a Ryanair as opposed to Aer Lingus. I'm actually hoping it's going to be a Max 8 because I've yet to be on one, so it'd be nice to be on that rather than the 737-800 series. Yeah, we got the wave as well. So everybody's in a waving mood. It's great to see. Ollie, how are you doing? Good to have you along. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Brian. It's one part of Portugal I haven't been. I've been to the Algarve several times. To Villamora, which is beautiful. A bit expensive, but it is a beautiful place. So Jan's son and partner were there a while ago and said it was amazing. So I am looking forward to it, just to get a break from work, although it's been raining for the week over there. But I'd sooner be in Portugal in the rain than Ireland in the rain, so. But yeah, I will be videoing that trip. I'll be looking forward to a nice pint of Super Bock over there. So we've Challenger 3500 of Ryanair coming in. It's Ryanair's private plane. It's coming in from Stansted. And we have a Transavia 320 coming in from Paris. There are next two inbounds. It won't be that warm, Freddie. I think it's probably due to be about 14 degrees maybe, but I'll gladly take that. So we're just waiting for our Ryanair posh jet to get a little bit closer. Yeah, the Algarve is lovely. There's so many nice places down there. There's Villamora, Alvor, Portimao. I'm gonna turn and see if I can get this without falling off the pillar. I'm like a contortionist here trying to sorry, it is a little bit shaky with the digital zoom. Now, if I can just... So, for people that don't know, when we're streaming, we're on a concrete pillar. It's probably a metre squared. So, not a huge amount of room to try and manoeuvre in and around with a tripod in the middle of it. Yeah, no, Alvor is absolutely gorgeous. Lagos is nice. There's just so many nice places in the Algarve. So I'm looking forward to going to northern Portugal. Tess, good to see you. Again, guys, I know I keep banging on about that like and subscribe, but if you wouldn't mind, it really does help push the content out. So I've been told anyway, it's due to YouTube's algorithm. I suppose it makes sense. It's not going to be pushing content out if there's nobody watching it, whereas the more likes and views. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is a business. They put their ads out on said videos and that's how to make money. Bear me there a second. Two for there. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up the second inbound to the top right of the inbound plane. Matt, welcome along. Yep, Matt, everything's groovy at the moment. Must say it's absolutely lovely to get out streaming and clear the head. Irish 1411. Good to see you. I do believe you're new to the channel. I don't think I've seen the name before, so welcome along. So this is our private jet. Of Ryanair. So I wouldn't imagine this is going to get down to Sierra 5, I'd say. Might though. Be nice to get away from these guys. Pretty looking plane. So Transavia next. And 4 minutes out we have our first heavy of the stream. Beautiful 787-9 Dreamliner coming in from Qatar all the way from Doha. But we have our Transavia first, coming in from, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Not even Kosice. Presume that's eastern bound, I would imagine. Yeah, Irish, best of luck with the exams. Actually, has anybody heard from Daniel? I know he was Ryanair's trying to get his license. I haven't heard from him in a while, I'm not sure. Hope he got it. Must say, I do love the green colour on the tail of this livery. Absolute butter landing. So these guys are quite partial to a good old wave. I think I have a video of this on the channel as well, that they opened the window. Yeah, no, Trish, I haven't seen him in ages. He's probably... So, Sierra 5 for these guys. Now I'm going to try this with the digital zoom, not sure how it's going. No, they're looking. They're going, nah. No waves, no. Nil by wave, Freddie, absolutely. See if Ryanair will oblige us with a wave. I have 2 times digital zoom on, so I'm not sure whether the autofocus is going to have a meltdown. Oh. Yeah, we got a wave. Captain, give us a wave. Qatar Dreamliner in from Doha. This is followed by a Ryanair. I do love the wing flex of the Dreamliners. I've never got away from Qatar, although it's hard to see through the glass the way they have that kind of protection. It's like a polarized effect on the glass, but we'll try. I'm here standing up in the pillar in an luminous builder's jacket, so they'll definitely see me waving at them. Really. Right, let's see. Can we get a wave? Yeah, as I said, I've never received a wave from Qatar. Emirates are... Ah, shite, they're going to Sierra 6. So we might... We'll see. Come on, give us a wave. No. No. Not even looking at me. get the wave. First time ever. Woot. It's the little things that keep me happy. So there we go. First wave. Year and a half of streaming. So Ryanair next. Now I'm gonna have to screenshot that. That is definitely going to be a thumbnail. Yeah, so that's the first time since I've started streaming that we've gotten away from Qatar. I'm not sure this is going to get down to us. Now Freddie gets said, I'm here in a big luminous builder's jacket standing up waving like a maniac. So anyway, happy days. It's one of the rescue vehicles. So let's see who is next up, or next in I should say. So EIDEM, Aer Lingus A320 in from Prague. And then we have our first ATR EI5, which actually came in on ADO stream, so it's obviously been in, out and back in. Next, 2 inbounds. Yeah, I know there is quite a few pilots that do look in on our streams. I know on Paul's stream definitely they do, and on my stream, because I got a couple of messages from pilots saying thanks for capturing their landing. So they do watch. Philip, welcome back. Okay, so Aer Lingus first. Anna, welcome along. Good to see some new names in the chat. Again, I would encourage you to say hello to us. Let us know where you're from. And again, there is a Facebook page if you want to join. Vlogging everything. If you search on Facebook, you'll get it. Actually, Freddie, now that you mention it, yeah. So this is not coming down to us. Can't believe it's only recently I found the digital zoom on this camera. Ollie, thanks a million, really appreciate it. Definitely makes it worthwhile standing out in the cold. So it's by pure chance I started streaming. I think it was about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I was over at the Mound, just watching the aircraft coming in and out, and Paul from Dubjet Aviation and his son Will were there, and I got chatting to them. and I had a camera because I was into photography, and got chatting to Paul over a couple of weeks, and he helped me out with what I needed to start up streaming, and the rest is history. So EI5 is our ATR 72-600 coming in from Glasgow in Scotland. That is our next inbound. No, digital zoom again, that is a long ways out. A new lurk jet was there. Yeah, I'd say you regret never helped me out, Paul, are you? And the countless hours of dub tech support needed. Paul's always lurking. Always lurking. So Paul, I don't know whether you were watching. We've got our first wave from the Qatar Dreamliner. They were thinking about it. So again, so somebody who's pulling in the car actually looked at me and said, is it okay to park here? Yeah, I tried that, but it was way more fun with the aircraft, Paul. So let's see which inbound is next. And we have our third Buzz coming in. I thought there was only actually one aircraft in the Buzz livery, so obviously not. The master, Freddy. The master. The master of sausage smuggling. So Buzz is our next inbound. Way off in the distance. Paul, are you rough because of too many fizzy drinks, or are you rough because of allergy? I know your house is generally like the Red Cross, there's always somebody sick. So, that aircraft way out. Patricia, you absolute legend, thank you so much. Great support. If a mod can give Patricia her explanation mark thank you, or thanks. So that's how far it is away actually. Thank you, Sandra. double whammy, Paul. I prescribe about 4 or 5 hot ports and you'll be fine. The Malta air just push them over the edge altogether. Airline airspace in next. A Cessna Citation coming in from Verona. I don't think I've seen this aircraft before. Buzz down safely. Let's see if we can continue with the waves from the crew. I must say I do love to be on that. Pretty cool. Now focus, don't fail me. Yeah, we got the wave, double wave. So the waves keep on coming. So our Citation 2 is in next, coming in from Verona. So first air into the stream complete. So this Cessna Citation 2 is 36 years old. Registration FHMXL, the origin France. So 36 years old. I would imagine there's very little original parts on that jet. I'd say they've been changed out several times. Ryan Paul's everywhere. Everywhere. Now, where is this? There we go. Come on, camera. You know you want to focus. So, Phil, thanks a million for the support. So I wouldn't imagine this is going to get down to Sierra 5. Again, Philip, thanks for the support, much appreciated. Quite a cool looking aircraft. Next up, EI Hannah. Again, this was in on 80 stream earlier on. It's coming in from Birmingham. An ATR 72-600. Wookie is 7 out. I presume that means a Swiss Wookie. There's Froggy. So, there's EI Hannah. Again, none of the ATRs have made it down to Sierra 5 to us. Absolutely butter landing there. Twofer. So, this A320 from Aer Lingus in from London Heathrow. That's followed by another Aer Lingus in from Milan. So this is absolute butter landing. Not making it down to us. The speed some of the cars travel down this road is absolutely lunacy. So EI DVL coming in from Milan is our next inbound. That's followed by a Ryanair in from Nottingham. So looks like EI FAT is on the way as well. Just noticing, I think the Airbus have slightly more of a flare on landing than the Boeing. I'll have to check that out now on the next Ryanair. Odd socks. So finally we get an aircraft down to Sierra 5. No waves. Oop, sorry. No, I haven't seen Kierka either. He hasn't been on today so far. So yeah, I do think that the Airbus definitely has a higher flare on touchdown. That's what it looks like anyway. I will have to do a googly to see. So next up we have the beautiful livery of Icelandair coming in from Cairo. Okay, Ryanair, let's be having you for the wave. Nope. Must have got all the waves this morning. Right, so Irish answered my question. Yeah, slight bit more of a flare than on the Airbus, as they flare a little bit earlier. I suppose it makes sense. The ATR kind of come in nose down. There's little or no flare on the ATR, so I suppose it just So Egypt Air. So an Aer Lingus from Barcelona due in next, A320 EINSC is the registration. I must say I do like the livery of this. Nope. Not in a waving mood. I think we've used up all our waves. I take it you're a pilot Irish, or maybe training to be a pilot. Either that or you're just very knowledgeable of all things aviation. Again, thanks for the info. That's what this channel, or community I should say, is all about. So the sun is trying to come out. If it does, I'm going to have to change some of the settings. So next up is our Swookie. Swiss Air coming in from Geneva, an A320-300. So hopefully we shall get the Wookie sound. Have your... Oh, hello birdie. Why won't he focus on him? Dub Crow has made an appearance. Can get back to her. Well, best of luck, Irish. Yeah, we got a wave. Len, welcome along. Good to see you. So our Swookie is next. Have your explanation mark Wookiees at the ready. Yeah, Irish, I was actually looking into getting a private license from Weston or Newcastle Aerodrome, but the funds just aren't there. It is rather expensive. Plus I don't have my own aircraft, so no point in being a pilot if you can't fly. Len, I'm good, thanks a million for asking. I'm happy out. Even happier now if we get our Wookie sound. The unmistakable sound of the engines that are on this aircraft and the Embraer E2s. Peter Jones. So I'm not going to bother zooming in to the crew, just wait for our Wookiee sound, or move said microphone closer just in case. Nailed by Wookiee. Well, Irish, best of luck. Please keep us updated. Be very interested to see how you get on. So an ATR from Edinburgh next, followed by another ATR, our EI Fat, aka Chunky Monkey, or as I like to call it, EI Fat Bastard. Safely down by the ATR crew. Looks like it's carrying a bit of speed. It might get down to Sierra 5. Or it's going to make a liar out of me. Yep. So EI Fat is next. Departed Manchester 40 minutes ago or so. And Len says we've 3:30, 7 minutes out. Circumference. Oh, the hands are getting cold. Sorry, where is said plane? There we be. Can hear a little robin chirping away there. So after this, we have another ATR, third one in a row. EIHDI coming in from Bristol. There is an absolutely massive pothole in the middle of the road there that the car's after going into. Ooh, bit wobbly, but we're down. Trisha, yep, circumference, aka EI Fat. So, that's a proper Irish pothole. You would actually do good damage to the old wheel of your car going through that, whereas Thanks, Len. So we have our EI HDI ATR 72-600 coming in from Bristol, and then Len even says that's followed by a Ryanair. Dub Crow chilling out. I actually wonder, do runways actually get potholes? Do they have to be maintained? I'm sure they do. Or maybe it's the way that the concrete or asphalt or whatever it is probably lots of layers and compacted that they don't get potholes. So after the ATR we do have a Ryanair 737-800 series coming in from Faro. It's operated by Malta Air, a 7-year-old aircraft. Nicely done. So I think there's a bit of a lull after the Ryanair. Let me check it out. Oh no. We have our A330 coming in from Las Vegas. EIGAJ. An 8-year-old 330. So Patricia's confirmed, yep, they do. I would imagine there's a lot of tonnage in some of them big aircraft when they're hitting the runway. Brian, take care. Enjoy the rest of the long weekend. So Ryanair, followed by our Aer Lingus 330. Nice soft landing from Ryanair. So Ryan says there's a bit of a gap after the 330. So 48 inches, that is a big sausage. Makes sense though. The cars are probably only a ton or two, whereas an aircraft, I would imagine, is, I don't know, but yeah, we got the wave. Right. A330 all the way in from Las Vegas. So this is an 8-year-old aircraft. Beauty. No wave. So 7 minutes for our next inbound from Donegal EI CPN. Now would be a good time to get a coffee. Len, take care. Thanks for being here. You can stick the hands in the pocket for a few minutes. Thomas, you have the right idea. Pizza, football and watching me. All you need now is an ice cold beer in the hand. Sorry, realised I have the microphone away. Sandra, I do have the gloves ordered on Amazon. Vueling outbound that just landed there half an hour ago or so. So a quick turnaround for that. So we're just waiting on our ATR 72-600. 10-year-old aircraft. It's coming in from Donegal. Then we have a Ryanair coming in from Newquay. and that's followed by an XLR coming in from Charles de Gaulle. So they're the next couple of inbounds. So I can hear a couple of overheads, but unfortunately the cloud cover, I cannot get them. Yeah, I don't know how far that is away, Irish. Won't really, I don't tend to stream from that side anyway, or most of us don't, because of the road noise. But when they do have that built, like, you're never going to get a spot. Like, it's just going to be stuffed full of people. It's bad enough as it is with just the mucky mound. Depending on the operations and the direction of the sun, I tend to stream over at Horizon Hill, as we call it, which is the opposite side to where I am now. So you can see our next inbound now, an ATR coming in from Donegal. Looking at batteries, thank God I've plenty of power banks because I forgot to charge my camera, and the camera absolutely guzzles juice. Now I've moved the microphone away a bit there. Can you still hear me okay? So this is our ATR coming in from Donegal. Nicely down. Definitely not going to get the Sierra 5. So next up, Ryanair in from Newquay. Sounds like a naughty word, doesn't it? Newquay. So rescue vehicle sitting there more or less since I started the stream. So again guys, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday afternoon. Absolute pleasure to be here with you. So as I said, Ryanair, our next inbound, followed by our XLR EI XLU, which is the newest XLR to the Aer Lingus fleet, I believe. It's showing on Flight Radar that it's brand new. a good few inbounds now on the way. Yes. How are you, man? Oh, does he? How you doing? See you. Thanks. So, is there Ryanair coming in from Newquay, 737-800 series? Emirates just taking off there in the background. 777-300ER off to Dubai. Will you get the tree for now? Nicely done. The wave. So this is our brand new XLR coming in from Paris. Ryanair in the way. Next up, Airbus. I'll try it again. Airbus 320 coming in from Amsterdam, EIDEK. Let's hope we can get away from these guys. a wave. So plenty of waves today, always nice to get. Ooh, new XLR. So EIDEK coming in from Amsterdam. 20-year-old.
Ryanair now. Yeah. Yeah. Where do you base yourself?
I live in Stepaside.
Very good.
30 years, but I
Your friends at Stepaside, so what's that? Stepaside Park, your friends.
Apologies for that. There was an old friend of mine that was here with his kid, so I just popped down to say hello to him. So we have a treat now. The Flying Pencil, a Dash 8 coming in from Luxembourg. Quite a nice livery on this one. So registration LX LGF. Bit of a bumpy one, but they're down. Now, I wouldn't imagine this is going to get to us. See if we can get it closer. Quite a nice livery. Next up, Ryanair coming in from Amsterdam. 737-800 series. Michael, afternoon to you, sir. So I can hear a Swiss Air 737 or 777 even over the head, but sorry, I'm too busy looking at it. I'm not going to get it with the cloud cover. It's currently at 32,000 feet. Dashing dasher. So looks like a little bit of a lull now, I think, on inbounds. Let me see what's coming in. Oh, we have a couple of Ryanairs coming in. Yeah, we got away from the first officer. Captain absolutely having none of it. So Ryanair from Barcelona next, followed by another Ryanair in from Luxembourg. And 5 minutes out we have an ATR 72-600 EIGZV coming in from Exeter. There are our next 3 inbounds. So, as I said, hopefully I'll have the wave counter sorted for the next stream. As I said, trying to figure out a way how the mods can trigger it to be able to count. I did ask ChatGPT to write a program to do it, but it doesn't do what I wanted to do, so back to the drawing board. Not sure whether this is gonna... There is a twofer there. Might just pick it up. Yeah, just about. So Ryanair turning directly after takeoff to avoid noise pollution. Although how you would think the noise of an aircraft is pollution, it's music to my ears. From one Ryanair to another Ryanair. So we've just Ryanair, and then we have our ATR 72-600. A 12-year-old ATR coming in from Exeter. So just coming into the second hour of the stream. Although I'm going to have to plug in a few power banks now. Battery's starting to be low. Must say I'm looking forward to the warmer weather and longer days. Definitely makes the streaming much more enjoyable. So I thought the next was a ATR, but it's not. The ATR is after this one. This is the Ryanair in from Luxembourg on a MAX 8. So the aircrafts that are taking off, I might be able to get this. Oh, is it going to focus on it? Just about. So they're taking off from the runway and coming back over this way. So afternoon sun is coming out now. Had a look, no wave. So, as you can see from the engine cowlings, distinctive Max 8, whereas the 737-800 series do not have that engine cowling. So, an easy way to distinguish one aircraft from the other. Yeah, they're a big old engine, Michael. I can hear a heli tractor behind me. Don't see it on radar. So this is our ATR in from Exeter, and then we have a Ryanair. Oh, hang on, is that? Oh, that's on the ground. So a lot of Ryanairs today. So we had this aircraft inbound a while ago. So Ryanair from Santander next. See you later, guys. Mind yourself.
Can you get it that way?
Say again?
Where's that bringing?
It'll bring it back around that way. You're better off just do with you and go back the way, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
All right. See you later, mate. So, rescue vehicle has decided to make a move. Just need to up the shutter speed a bit now. Freddy's back, belly full. So a plethora of Ryanairs inbound. Must say it's nice to have a little bit of heat from the sun on the hands. I'd say Ado's probably tucking into his roast beef dinner at this stage. Got the wave. I believe the sun is blinding my eyes. So again, you can see on the 737-800 series, they don't have that jagged pattern on the engine cowling. Yeah, be looking forward to my chicken dinner later. Anne's back. Welcome back, Anne. Shopping done. Saturday is generally our grocery shopping day. I'll say it's turned out quite pleasant now. Seeing what's next. Now there is an Air France A350. I think it's going to come directly overhead. If it is, I'm going to see if I can get it. Freddie, I think any of them stews or casseroles or anything definitely taste better even the next day. Gives it lots of time for all the fibres to break down in the meat. So I'm going to keep an eye on the 350. Now there is Air France 777 as well. I cannot see it though. Having to crank up. Leave that at that. Drag that back down a bit to 50. There you go. Sorry, just playing with the settings just to yeah, and I was just saying that I can really feel it on the hands. It's lovely. Okay, so another Ryanair coming in from London. Looks like it's our next one. Quite a lot of activity now on the radar overhead. I'd eat anything, I don't care what meat it is. Pork, chicken, beef, lamb. Meat and vegetables and gravy, and keep everything else. And there's a 747 overhead too. Too far away though. So we just have to wait for our Ryanair to get a bit closer. So Ryanair from Luton. So coming into the final hour of the stream. Thanks again everybody so far who's been here with us. Now my phone is about to die a death, so sticking out do we have no power? Okay, that's not working. Bear with me there a second. I'll just try and get a cable. Let's try this one, see if this one works. I have an absolute plethora of power banks here. Let's see. Hopefully this will power into it. Yes. Okay, we have power. So currently we're running 1, 2, 3, 4 power banks. And the problem is this time of the year the weather can just change in a heartbeat, but it does look like we should be okay for the rest of the stream. It makes a change. The last couple of streams we were in the absolute pouring rain. So another bit of a lull on inbounds. Might have to switch to a couple of the outbound aircraft. Sun's coming out, blinding the eyes out of me. Can't see a thing. Yeah, we got a wave. I saw that just at the end. Just gonna check and see. On the outbounds. So the Ryanair private plane is just taken off like a rocket. I'm going to see if I can get it without falling. Wow, that's up high already. It's Ryanair's private plane. Gonna check and see what's coming in. Doesn't look like there's anything on radar inbound. I'm sure Michael O'Leary probably charges them to use the toilet. So looks like it's very quiet on the inbounds at the moment. This is a Ryanair due in 15 minutes. And an Embraer E190 in 9 minutes. That's from British Airways. There's a Air Canada 330 which might go over our heads. Yeah, Tess, I was just looking at that. It's quite quiet. 9 minutes out, and then about 3 minutes after that 9 minutes we might get one. Again, I can hear a couple of overheads, but cannot see with the sun and clouds. So the outbound aircrafts are flying out and doing a 180-degree turn and then flying back over the airport. Ah, you gotta love a good old roast chicken. Plenty salt, pepper and tarragon. Nom noms. Making myself hungry, I am. So there's an Air Canada Fly the Flag livery. I'm trying to locate it, but there is quite a bit of cloud, so making it hard to spot. Dermot, how you doing? So again, just waiting for a few inbounds to get a bit closer. So BA Embraer or Embraer E190. It's coming in from London City. That's currently 6 minutes out. Noticed the fan on my encoder is making a little bit of noise. Might have to check that out after. Yeah, Carl, they'll be here and on the other side of the airport as well. There's no shortage of people watching. See a flock of starlings over the other side. I hope they don't So I can see our BA flight now just coming into view. So power bank's looking good. Yeah, we used to have the postman used to park up here as well. So there's three probably main, maybe four. So you have the Mound, which is the main one that most people will use. You have Horizon Hill, which is across the way from me here. You probably get about 5 or 6 cars there. And then there's this location, and then the opposite airport over there. There's a nice car park over there as well. So no shortages of spots to be able to sit and watch the aircraft come and go. Now let's see if we can pick this up. Should be there somewhere. There we go. Oh look, a plane. So this is our BA in from London City. And this one's followed by a Ryanair. So the sun has gone in again. As soon as it does, the temperature feels like it drops by a couple of degrees. I think I've got this arse about face again. Looks like a Ryanair. After this will be the Embraer. Ryanair from Malaga, as young Billiam used to say. And the sun is back out to play. Yeah, BA after this. The Embraer E190 SR coming in from London City. Another aircraft I've not been on. Here's a wave, I think. Not sure if he got the wave or not, or whether he was just fiddling with his knobs. Our BA anyway is next. Again, max 8 there with the engine cowling. Not sure if the camera's picking up the twofer, but this is our BA. Yeah, Michael, I said I was only on my first ATR there a couple of weeks ago. Speaking of taxi drivers, somebody's just after arriving. We got the twofer, excellent. So this is our E190. Quite a high flare on the Embraers. I don't know why I put an S at it. Embraer. I keep saying Embraers. Oh, look who it is. Dubcrow. Just sitting there chilling out. No wave. Ryanair down. Here, the reverse thrusters engaged. So, next up, 737 of TUI coming in from Barcelona. 7 minutes out. I can't see if we're getting waves or not because the sun is in my face. Look, we've an ATR 72-600 in next before the TUI, I believe. So ATR first, then followed by our 737 of TUI, which is an 11-year-old 737. Must admit, I am going to be looking forward to the cheeky dinner by the time I get home and have it cooked. definitely will be looking forward to the summer season, and the summer schedule I believe starts the end of March, I believe, which will increase the daily activity to 750, 800 flights thereabout, movements daily. So we won't be having these lulls in between arrivals. So you can just see our ATR EIHPJ just come below 2,000 feet at 115 knots, so just on finals now. Just going to wait for it to get a little bit closer before I zoom in. Dub Crow's back. Hello, buddy. Just sitting there, happy out. Actually, quite a nice looking bird. Southwest, good to see you. And he's off. So I'm going to wait for the ATR just to get a little bit closer. Just a little bit far away at the moment. Should be able to get it now. So, as I said, this aircraft coming in from Aberdeen. Therefore, we've definitely several different species of crow. So, coming into the last 30 minutes of the stream. Thanks again to everybody who joined me here today. Again, I wouldn't imagine this is going to get down to us. So next after this is our 737 of TUI coming in from Barcelona. Again, I would have thought unusual for TUI to be coming to Dublin this time of the year, but so after TUI, we've got MAX 8, 737 of Ryanair coming in from Rome. Looks like a KLM there for the distance. Very nicely done. So Ryanair next, followed by an ATR. We've some amount of ATRs in the stream today. It must be about 8 or 9 of them maybe. Anyway, this is Tui in from Barcelona. Away from the captain. It is amazing how when the sun goes in it does feel a hell of a lot colder. There's the Swookie heading out of Dublin. Absolute butter from Ryanair. So it does make it a lot easier. There's very little wind or even a breeze today. It's very, very calm. I'd say there's probably only 3 or 4 knots of headwind. Thanks, Beanie. I'm only actually registering now your name. Anyway, great to catch up with you again, Beanie and Dean. So, Dean Martin, what a cool name. Probably a future streamer in the making. Where is that? So I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick up the tree fur. Possibly, maybe not. So ATR in from Edinburgh. Yeah, I was actually called after Dean Martin, so to have a name, your second name Martin, call him Dean. So Dermot Martin, who's there chatting in the chat. Myself and him go way back. We're from the same town, went to the same school, so I know him the best part of probably 35 years or so. So it was funny when he called me. I was looking at him like, I know him. So the last time we saw each other, I think we were both working in the UK and was on a flight a long time ago now. But so really goes to show how small the world is. Sandra, that's not good enough. You should have sent a visitor home or got them to log in their phone and subscribe. So coming to the final half an hour of the stream, everyone. Thanks a million to everybody who's been here. Much appreciated. Again, I won't be streaming next week because I'm off to Porto. So I'm sure it will be in the capable hands of Adrian and Paul, who would imagine will be streaming. It's okay. You're forgiven, Sandra. I've actually never watched the stream on a TV. I must try it out. I don't know what the quality's like. I would imagine it'd be probably pixelated, but oh, sorry, kicked the tripod. Again, I can't see anything. I definitely must. Flying out Saturday, Paul, on Ryanair. I'll send you the details. I can't remember. I think the flight's in around midday or something like that. It's not a very early flight anyway, but where I fall off the pillar. Is our Dreamliner that came in earlier on, heading back to Doha. Oh, that hurts to bend around that way. Again, not sure if I'm getting waves because the sun is in my eyes. Cable ties, yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Look, if I can survive an ATR flight, I can survive Ryanair. So, next up, we have a Citation Latitude coming in from Geneva, operated by NetJet. So, it's registered in Portugal and is a year old, so that's our next inbound. Say it's been more quiet than usual on today's stream. So after our NetJet we have a 737-800 of Ryanair coming in from Gatwick, and then we have EIDEI coming in from Manchester, Airbus A320-200 series. I wonder, can I get this? This is where the trees are going to get in the way. Where is it? Sorry, there is a plane here somewhere. I'm just trying to, might be able to. Where the frick? Nope, can't see it. That was a waste of time. Apologies for the bush watch. Anyway. Brian, how you doing? Was following your rally coverage. Very enjoyable. KC Rally and Planes, a local streamer here. He was covering the Galway rally over the weekend. Again guys, I hope you have hit the thumbs up button and subscribed. So, not sure if this is going to come down to us. Sierra 5, looking like it might. Be great to get away from this crew. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So many clothes and I'm trying to get into one of my pockets. Welcome back, Sarah Jane. Again, great to be streaming today without getting wet. Forgot it was February. Duh. Hello. No waves. Sarah, I'd say we've got at least 10 waves. Maybe a few more, I'm not sure. As I said, I am working on a wave counter. Just have to figure out how I can get the mods to trigger it with numbers. I'm sure there is a way. I just have to figure it out. So next after this is another Max 8 Ryanair coming in from Stansted. And then that's followed by A320 of Aer Lingus. Correct, Patricia, yeah, 3 p.m. So again, I can't see if I'm getting waves because the sun is shining directly into my eyes. It's quite a small screen on the back of the camera to be able to see. Ryanair touches down, safe and sound. Another so I am getting waves. Excellent. Let's hope I can have, well, as I said, I won't be streaming next weekend because I'm off to Portugal, but I will bring my laptop with me on holidays and we'll be able to figure it out. Oops. So, Aer Lingus, followed by another Ryanair in from Tenerife, and then that's followed by another Ryanair in from Stansted. And there could be a bit of a lull then. I don't think we have a few more coming in, do we? We do. Aircraft looks lovely with the sun beaming down on delivery. Absolutely, Freddie. Yeah, I can see them waves all right. Proper wave. Oops. Where am I gone? I'm after losing it, sorry. Too busy looking at the phone screen. So, Ryanair down again. Plenty of Ryanairs on today's stream. By far the most dominant airline in Dublin. Probably dominant airline in Europe, I would imagine. So after this one we have our Ryanair in from Stansted. Camera, focus. So now Lingus in from Geneva after this, Ryanair. And I'm going to finish on that. There's Dub Crow. So this is our second last aircraft. We've one more Aer Lingus in from Geneva, A320 EIDEH, and then that should be it from me. Thanks a million to everybody who's been on here today. All the wonderful support shown, much appreciated. Again, I won't be streaming next weekend as I'm away, so I'm sure the rest of the Dub crew will keep your aviation needs at bay. Sarah, thanks Sheila, and thanks to the wonderful mods as per usual. So the last aircraft is Aer Lingus, 21-year-old aircraft. I think it's the second or third oldest in the Aer Lingus fleet, although I think they did scrap the oldest aircraft. I could be wrong though. Thanks Anne, I will of course. Thanks Patricia. Paul, I will send you the flight details just by chance. If you are streaming, just point the microphone at the aircraft and you'll hear me screaming. There'll be plenty of cable ties and no tape needed. Thanks, Tess. Yeah, thanks guys. It was absolute pleasure streaming for you here today. And again, at least the weather played ball. Well, for me at least. Poor Adrian got a little bit soggy. All good, Paul, no hassle. I'm not sure what seat I'm at. I don't think we've actually picked our seats yet, to be honest with you. So guys, that's it for me. Thanks a million. I shall see you all shortly. Enjoy the rest of your long weekend, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye.